Bears beat the Packers in a thrilling finish where the Packers completely deserved to lose that game. They gave the game away several times. Caleb made an unbelievable throw at the end. Played bad the entire game, came back, had a nice finish. I know some Caleb people are in the chat now thinking that they're going to get some sort of flowers. He's going to get some sort of flowers as being an elite quarterback. He played very well in spots in this game, and he played like trash for a big part of the game. Came through at the end clutch. Is an amazing running quarterback. Ben Johnson's an amazing scheme artist. And the Bears deserve what they got tonight. The Bears deserved that win. The Packers did not deserve to win that game. Eagles, Commanders, will break it all down and talk Week 16. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So, a lot to go over with this contest. It was a thrilling finish for sure. Very boring game up until the end. Packers kept selling out this game consistently, making mistake after mistake, even back to that face mask, which was just ridiculous. Actual grab and tug on the face mask, and a very, very key moment in this game. Bears D stepping up like they usually do, and then Caleb making a nice strike at the end of that game. Very good throw. DJ Moore was unbelievable, 97 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Monangai was pretty solid in this affair, although the numbers don't necessarily tell that story, because you have three catches for Monangai, 43 yards, and then only 50 yards on the ground. At the end of the day, that's like a Derrick Henry game where it's like Derrick Henry looks like he has a better game than he really does, and then the stats. The one thing that there was a big disappointment here was Josh Jacobs, who walked into this game banged up. 12 carries, 36 yards, did not help anybody with their fantasy football semifinals. Emmanuel Wilson, same thing as Monangai, some decent play. The box score doesn't necessarily tell the story in terms of how he looked running the ball. 5.9 to carry, 82 yards. Malik Willis came in, looked really solid. 9 for 11, 121, and a touchdown. Malik Willis, 10 carries for 44 yards. Dual threat. We're going to talk about Malik Willis and whether he deserves to get a shot as a starting quarterback for a team in 2026, or if teams will even take him seriously. Caleb Williams, 250 and 2, 19 of 34, was at one point 10 of 20, having a very, very bad game. At the end, Caleb scrambling around, doing some good stuff with his legs, 3 for 30 on the ground, made 3 very, very good runs, and then made an excellent throw at the end of the game. Wide open touchdown prior to that. That one was great play design by Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's got this team cooking. Ben Johnson, probably coach of the year in my mind, at least top 3 coach of the year prospect for me. He just knows what he's doing. He knows how to dial up amazingness with what he has, and they've been doing fantastic. But this was a wild game, to say the least. Very boring up until the end. Malik Willis, we'll definitely talk about what his future could be, if any future at all, if a team even sees the ability that I see. I've always liked Malik Willis. We've been a big Malik Willis group here on the channel, and we'll see if anybody does consider him a viable potential option as a starter. This Eagle game, real quickly, before we dig into Super Chats, take phone calls. We might open phone calls really early after the Super Chats are all calmed down. And then we'll start talking about Malik Willis, maybe even on the phone line as well. Philadelphia Eagles rout the Washington Commanders. Was a pretty close game at first, but then it got out of hand very quickly, as expected, as the Commanders just don't have firepower. They don't have what it takes, and Mariota getting hurt just made it even more tough and difficult for this team to try and potentially fight up against a very tough Philly defense. And while, the Eagles still feel very vanilla on offense at times, they did what they had to do on the ground, feeding Saquon, 132 and a touch. Saquon having a 48-yard long run for a score. A.J. Brown, 95 yards on 9 catches, was fantastic. Devontae Smith, 6 for 42 and a touchdown. Goddard did what he's been doing. I've been telling people to start Goddard all week, because once Goddard gets going, he tends to have 2, 3, 4 games in a row where he's catching touchdowns. and having that consistent play. He doesn't seem to go on one game, off another game. He seems to do it in chunks. So he's a very, very good start. Goddard 3 for 32 and a touch. Other side of the football, McLaurin could only look so good. He can only make a couple big good plays, and then it's really very limiting for him past those big plays. Without a touchdown, he can't really do much. Chris Rodriguez, 15 carries, 63 yards and a touchdown. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 8 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown. Mariota was okay until he got injured, and Josh Johnson was not good at all. This was a tough. This is a preseason scrimmage against a D-level team. So Eagles marching on 10-5, Commanders 4-11. Not much to talk about here. There's not much you could even say about the Eagles in terms of next week. This is an easy cakewalk matchup. One that was almost so easy that it did kind of hold back some of these offensive players from exploding. Sometimes that happens. You're not running up the score as much when you're just playing it safe, and you get out to an early lead and it's just coasting. Emmanuel Wilson, Josh Jacobs will be a big, heavy debate walking into week number 17. Is Jacobs injured? Was he benched? Is he going to be able to play? Is Emmanuel Wilson going to take over 50% of this backfield no matter what? Hard to say. We'll talk about that as we find out more about Jacobs and his situation. DJ Moore, again, 5 for 97 and a touch. Got hurt twice in this game, but was able to play through it. Zacchaeus was pretty solid. And Loveland, 3 for 30, was just very, very bland, mediocre day. 6 points, not going to really help you or kill you, but at least it's not 0. Christian Watson playing injured, 2 for 17. Looked healthy, but, it's hard to trust somebody coming off a couple injuries. Dobbs, 5 for 84 and 1 touchdown. Should be ashamed of himself. That was Dobbs that dropped that onside kick, right? And he pretended to be hurt. That's the typical move. You end up screwing up the game like that, you got to pretend to be hurt or you can't walk off the field. Then at least people come up, pat you on the head, and say, boom. So we'll discuss everything. Jacobs definitely still banged up. This is why he was a risky play, even though you kind of had to play Jacobs if he was going to go, just because he's so capable of 2 touchdowns, 150 yards at any moment. So we'll see. A couple super chats here, and then we'll open up phone lines here. This one from Kyle. Kyle, appreciate you. Start 3, Addison, Shakir, Gainwell, Estime, Carter. Not very good options. I'm not going to lie to you, Kyle. I don't know how you're in the championship game with these options. Unless it's a big, I don't mean that in a negative way. Just like, what in the hell are we doing here? Start 3 of these guys? How are you in a championship? You must have had some guys go down right at the final. You must have lost, some of the big guys that went down. But, man, good job. Gainwell, Carter, Shakir Addison is a toss-up. Can we get a vote on Shakir Addison? What a good coaching, manager this guy Kyle is. To be able to take a team into the finals that's starting 3 of these guys. That is a feat, young man. That is a feat.
Mashed potatoes!
That's a big feat. Chat vote Shakir. Shakir or Addison. I'll probably go Shakir, given Addison's, absence lately, and at least Shakir, assuming he starts, could be that, like, Josh Allen's going to choose somebody. My opponent is playing Michael Wilson and Marv. I'm playing Brissett. Is it not good to play Brissett? You don't worry about your opponent unless you give me like who the alternative is. Like, this doesn't help me, Ray. If you tell me who your alternative is, I'll tell you. But I don't care what my opponent has. It does kind of matter if you like. It does help me to have the information. Then I can tell you, like, yeah, I'm not worried about your opponent. If you've got a better quarterback and you were kind of leaning Brissett, it could make a difference because you're going to neutralize each other. But at the same time, you got to really just say who's going to score more points. Because if you start a guy that scores more points than Brissett, it doesn't matter. Or if you start Brissett and he scores more points than the other quarterback, it doesn't matter. Like, just make the right decision. Your opponent really doesn't have any sway over what you should do, or they're living rent-free in your head. And you almost don't deserve, I'm not saying you, but you almost don't deserve to win if you're starting players based on your opponent. Is he doing that for you? Is he looking at your team going, I'm going to start guys based on what he does? It's not a good approach. Carter or Estime in for running back 2. Probably Carter. I think Carter's probably safer. No one really knows. These are really tough calls. I know it's a gross team, banged up here. Jets are a smash spot for running backs lately. Estime may be. If you have a gut instinct on Estime, but it might not all be all Estime. It's hard to say what. It's hard to estimate his workload. Chat, Estime or Carter? Please vote. I go Carter. Smitty, thanks for the call on starting DJ Moore. You know it, buddy. Need 2 running backs and a flex. ETN, Aaron Jones, Judkins, Hall, JJ, Wandell. ETN, a lock. Aaron Jones could do well, but no thank you. Judkins, they don't really use him the right way. I'm going Hall. I'm going to bank on Hall. He could do a hell of a job at any one. Yeah, I'm going Carter too. Yeah. Waddle or Igbuka. Easy call. 2-point Lad or MHJ. I'm going to go probably, oh man, I don't know. Probably MHJ if he feels good to go. But he's saying he's good enough to go, and I don't like that. I got to hear something a little more positive. Otherwise, I'd go Lad. And then probably Gadsden, I guess, over Shakir. Shakir Gadsden's pretty tough. That's pretty close. Smitty, Bills or Broncos? I'm going to go Bills. I think they have a really good day. Harvey or Fannin? I'm going Harvey, bro. I like Fannin. He's pretty steady, but I'm not sitting Harvey. Kidding me? Goff or Brissett? Probably Brissett safer, but I don't know. I like both of them. They're good. Both are good plays. You almost can't go wrong with that. Merry Christmas, homies. Same to you, pal. Let's see here. Goff. We're getting a couple of Goff votes. Needed 2 running backs and a flex. Just repost it if you can if you guys are gonna throw another super chat out, just because I have to go scrounging back for it. But thank you, I got it right here. Smitty, thanks for the call. Okay, need 2 running backs and a flex. I'm sorry. ETN, Judkins, Hall. If you don't want to go Judkins, JJ. JJ or Judkins is a very, very close call. You know what? I might lean JJ over Judkins. Yeah. I think I will. Opponent has Tet, Michael Wilson, McBride. Who to flex with MHJ, Rico, Harvey. I'm going to go Rico, Suave, then Harvey, then MHJ in that order. Your opponent doesn't matter. I'm going to go Rico, I think, though. I like Rico a lot. Pretty solid play, bro. We got gifted memberships from BBQ. 20 gifted memberships from BBQ. I smell meatloaf. My boy BBQ dropping it like it's hot. Appreciate you. Always dropping the super chats. It's is it the 10th or 11th day of BBQ miss? I forget. Is there any way the commissioner can nullify OT points? My team are getting killed. No. Thank you for the super chat. Full PPR pick 2 to start. Igbuka, Hall, Harvey, Woody. I'm going Buka and Igbuka and Harvey for high risk, high reward. You need a big swing. Buka and Hall for a little bit more like steady Eddie. Hall's inconsistent though, so you could call that. You could call Harvey more consistent though. It's tough. Hall and Harvey are very close. Guys, vote. Hall or Harvey. Harvey. I'm like combining the two. Hall or Harvey, please vote. How many black t-shirts I have? A ton, bro. You know, they always say, you know, certain types of people that have weird personalities of innovators, innovators and entrepreneurs. They wear the same thing every day. I don't know what it is, but it's true. You just end up wearing the same shit every day. It's either a Mark Zuckerberg wearing a hoodie every day, Smitty wearing a black t-shirt. You tend to get a weird personality type, almost a compulsive, obsessive compulsive type of person that needs to be need some consistency in the chaotic world I believe that they live in. You know, think about it from a coder perspective. Mark, he's got to have some consistency, some structure. Eat at the same place every day. Wear the same shirt. So I do wear some of the same clothes, but you will see me switch it out. No, I have other stuff that I do wear. Appreciate you. I'm gonna go Book and Harvey personally, but that's me. Trust your gut, bro. Trust your gut. Buka or 80 Mitchell? Come on, what kind of question is that, fat boy? Why are we disrespecting Buka that much? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? What do he do to you? Well, I guess he didn't score for a couple weeks. You're mad at him, but that's all right. You don't want him? I'll take him. Tell me how to join the league. Henderson, B. Hall, Rico, Dowdle, start one. Who you got? Full PPR. Full PPR. Thank you. Happy holidays. Thank you, pal. I'm going Hendy. And it's like Dowdle or Hall are more consistent or anything like that. You know? So, it's the way I'm rolling. Packers fan devastated. Yeah, Packers deserve to lose that game. Absolutely deserve to lose. And Frisk, where was your boy Golden? I thought he was so good. Where is he at? Why didn't he help this team win? Packers deserve to lose that game. Absolutely deserve to lose that game. Trash. Clutch ability by that team. Hey, Smitty, Waddle, Montgomery, Wilson, Keenan Allen. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Probably Michael Wilson. If we need another one, I would probably go Waddle after that, but barely. But Michael Wilson, you can't sit Michael Wilson. You just can't. If there ever was a week to start Buka, it's now. Bucks have had 10 days off to get healthy. Feels like Bucky, Evans, Buka time. I believe that it will be a very big day. And I'm here for it. Pollard or Buka? It's Buka for me. I know we're going to get a lot of these questions, and I understand them, but you kind of know what I'm going to say. Hey, Smitty, Waddle, Montgomery, Wilson. Already did that one. Thank you, my boy, for that question. Start 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Doesn't hurt to ask it, though, because you could have the one player that I do want to start over Buka. So it doesn't hurt to ask, but start 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. Harvey, Hampton, Judkins, London. So London's a go, so we're going London. Buka's my number 2 wide receiver. My number 1 running back would be Harvey. And my 1 flex would probably be, I like Tet as the safest option, but I don't know. I kind of think Hampton, Judkins, and Tet being banged up is really close. Sutton's pretty sneaky too. Guys, give me one. I need 10 votes. Hampton, Judkins, Sutton, or Tet. Hampton, Judkins, Sutton, or Tet. Please give me at least 10 votes. 10 votes. Hampton, Sutton, Judkins, or Tet McMillan. Sutton, Hampton, Sutton's getting the vote. Hampton, Sutton. No Golden. Hate allowed. Frisk, stop talking about Matthew Golden. Nobody cares. Hampton, Sutton, Tet. I guess I would say Hampton's kind of closing the gap a little bit, but it is Sutton. Sutton. I think Sutton wins, and I don't mind that call. I think Sutton's pretty steady. I think if Tet were healthy, it'd be different. If Judkins were getting reception work and they're going to be playing from behind, we'd be different. If Hampton were getting all the work and we don't know what's going on, it would all be different. I think Sutton is the one constant, but you're starting Harvey obviously as your one running back. Okay. Thank you, AZ. Appreciate your super chat. Where's Tim Hightower? Run it back, Tim. I mean, I know who Tim Hightower is, especially as a Cardinal. I just don't know what that means. I don't know what you're referring, though. Brissett, May, or Knicks? May. You can't sit Drake May. Flex, Gainwell, Carter, Warren. I'm going to go Gainwell, bro. He's just the best player of the three. And it's like the three of them have, one has a better situation. Yeah. How you guys like these new... Let's see. Who do we choose to be our Gunnar player of the week?
The Gunnar player of the week.
Wilson.
Brought to you by Gunnar.com.
So Wilson is the Gunnar player of the week. Anybody else want to nominate a second Gunnar player of the week? This is a predictive thing. So we're predicting big game out of Wilson. Who do we need to be Gunnar player of the week number 2? And these Gunnar glasses I have right here are new ones that they sent me. These are called the Vertex Onyx, I believe. The Vertex. I'm not sure if this is from Fallout or is that from the game? What's it called? Does anybody know what that's from? Vertex. I think it might be from Fallout, the TV show, or it's from Call of Duty. I forget. But these are awesome glasses. They got all these sponsorships with all these different. But these are pretty sweet. They got all these other ones that they sent me. Let's see here. What other ones can I put on? They sent me, I believe. Oh yeah, they sent me these. So I got these are Fallout. These are the Fallout glasses. 15% off using code Smitty at Gunnar.com. Link is in the description. So get on over there. But they sent me these right here. Obviously, these are the ones I've had. These are the Fallout sunglass blue light. These are all blue light blockers. I wear them for blue light blocking migraines. I used to get a lot of migraines, and when I get the screens and all the blue lights and everything. And so I've worn these for 6 years or whatever. I bought a pair. I bought my own pair once. Didn't even have any sort of, sponsorship or anything with them. Didn't work with them at all. And they reached out to me. They saw me wearing them. And I couldn't be more ecstatic because this is a company I used before they reached out to me. Yeah, I'm promoting them now because I love them. Because I genuinely love the brand. Well, I've been asking them to send me the Amber. I don't know if they have Amber Max of the Fallout. Let me see. I don't think they have Amber Max of the Fallout. They have it in prescription. But they do have the Amber Light Yellow. And so they sent me these. So let's check these out. The same one, same glasses, but these are the clear yellow. I don't know if I love them for my face. I don't know what you guys think. They look a little bigger. They're not bad, but they definitely look a little bit bigger. I feel like when I'm wearing like a hat, it almost balances that out better, maybe. But some of them fit your face differently. I don't know. I do love them in the sunglass version, which are both blue light blocking. By the way, I do love this version, but yeah. All right, let's hit these super chats. Brissett, May, we're going May and Gainwell. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. This one here. Thank you, 1899. Appreciate you. Flex, DeMarcado, 80, Mitchell, Waller, or Johnston. Johnston's been banged up. I'm going to stay away from that. Ewers is a QB changeover in Miami. I'm going to stay away from that. DeMarcado, who the hell knows? I'm going to go with 80 Mitchell, who's been consistent. I think it's a logical play. Full PPR, flex, Harvey or London. If London appears to be full go without limitations at all, we really got to monitor that tonight and tomorrow morning. We could go London, but Harvey's a nice backup plan if you're feeling uneasy at all. Starting Lamar, Gainwell, opponent starting Warren. Jettas, Sutton, Harvey, Marks. Bench is May, Waddle, Jacoby, Genti. Will you change anything? Chat, would you go with Lamar or Drake May? This one's not a crazy question because Lamar could be 45 points. Drake May seems to be like 33, 35, 32, 31, 34, 33. Like, he's not going to have the ceiling that Lamar has, but Lamar has the chance of getting you 9 points. May feels like he's a lock for his range is like 30 to 34. It's like, it's not 40, but it's so consistent that it feels like a lock. I would say give me the consistent Drake May production. You got a Patriot avatar you're asking because you probably have some bias involved. And as far as this team, Jettas, Harvey, Marks, I think I'd be tempted Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going Genty against Houston. I like what you have. I'd be tempted to say, would anybody swap out Waddle for Marks, or are you starting Marks? Marks has been banged up. Chubb is very, iffy unless he got ruled out the last handful of hours, and I haven't seen it yet. But Chubb has been very, very iffy, but could play, could not play. You got Jordan, the other player. It's a tough call. T. Higgins is likely to play, by the way, returning from the concussion. Chubb expected to play. That just came out 19 minutes ago. Chubb expected to play. That's from Rappaport. Came out 19 minutes ago. I knew it was on the verge of coming out. I would say Marks feels a little risk. I might go Waddle if that's a flex play. That is. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Kind of was feeling like that Shefty or Rappaport Chubb report was already out there. I just could feel it. Need a flex. Genty or Diggs. I'm going Diggs. Genty's against Houston. Horrible situation. They don't know how to throw the ball to him. Game script's going to be that. They need to throw the ball to him. What a day. I'm going to switch over to my favorite glasses. Gunnar Player of the Week. What do we decide the next Gunnar Player of the Week is going to be? Did we decide what it was going to be? Please throw it out.
The Gunnar Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunnar.com.
Hit me with your Gunnar Player of the Week. I'm going to go with my favorite, the Clicks Amber Max. What do we need to be? Bijan. Well, Bijan's getting the same vote from the same person. Rico, Bucky, Pickens. I like the Pickens one. I think Pickens is going to have a day. I think people are going to run away from Pickens. Let's do it. Pickens is the guy. That's my pick. That's a good suggestion. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Pickens and Wilson are the Gunnar Players of the Week. These are predictive, So there you go. There you have it. Gunnar Players of the Week. And let's see here. All right, what other super chats do we have? This one from Tim. Tim, these are definitely my favorite glasses, though. The Amber Max Clicks. I love them. They're called the Clicks. This is how you spell it. Like that. And these are the Amber Max. Now, I don't know if they sell the Amber Max without the prescription. I'm not sure. They need to. I think they're going to. I think they're going to offer the Amber Max on a lot of different glasses that they don't currently offer, because this is what people want, this Amber Max lens. Rumble rant reminder. Oh, God. My Rumblers. I'm so sorry. My Rumblers. I'm so sorry. Hebrew Hammer, JT, appreciate you over on Rumble. Let me give my Rumblers a shout out real quickly. Rumbler, JT, New Age Outlaw, my boy over on Rumble. We've got Cobblers over on Rumble. Thank you guys for watching over on Rumble. You're absolutely amazing. And this one from JT. Thank you, New Age. Appreciate you dropping that. JT Hebrew Hammer says, calm before the storm. Turn down the $500 offer. Dak, CD, Nico, Gibbs, Estime, Schultz, T. Higgins. T. Higgins is going to play, so congrats on that. Evans, Denver D. Need Gibbs to show up. Appreciate you. Hebrew's just dropping a $20, love letter to the channel. Just saying, absolutely love this place. That's how Hebrew Hammer does it. And for that reason, he's going to the moon.
To the moon.
He's going to Mars.
To Saturn.
And to Jupiter.
To Jupiter.
Thank you. And I'm going to take away his opponent's Bijan card.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
That I can't fit over on the stand anymore that they sent me. I can't even put those. I hung them all up because I didn't want them to get damaged or sat on or stepped on in the studio. So I hung them right there until I get another shelf for it. But I have all of these right here, 2 racks of them, and then those over there. And I might be giving some away. I might do a local giveaway too, though, because I've been promising a local live stream. Find Smitty, get a pair of glasses. Find Smitty, get a fat head, St. Brown and Patrick Mahomes fat head for the wall. One of those huge decals that are taller than a person. Rumblers, appreciate you. Michael Wilson or Woody? Michael Wilson, not even a hesitation. Rumble rant reminder, congrats. The Bears team won today. The Bears deserve to win. Ben Johnson is one of the best coaches in the league. McConkey or London? I'm going to go London without much of a hesitation, unless we hear some weird news in the morning about limitations for London. Start 2, Etienne, Harvey, Evans, Buka. Probably Etienne and Evans is your safe play. Buka and Harvey could be like your super high risk, high reward, and Etienne and Buka might be a combination. What would I do? Probably, I'd be tempted to go Evans and Buka, but you could live and die by that. I think Etienne's got a tough matchup, but I don't know, guys. Do we think that Etienne's going to be... Do we think Etienne's going to be like a disappointment? The matchup is not good. You know, is this something where we're going to later on be like, man, we should have known that matchup just didn't. It's at Denver. It's at Denver. I mean, Denver can be, you know, they're not like, they're vulnerable based on situation, I suppose, but are we going to be disappointed in that? Because he's got great options, you know. You could go Harvey and you could go Evans and Buka. You could go Evans and Harvey. You could go Evans and you could go Buka and Harvey. So hard to say. Jacobs had a great game. Yeah, not that kind of a too soon example there, Travis. Mentioning Jacobs' name tonight. You to get some people in a tizzy. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna say give me Buka and Evans maybe, but I'm crazy. I don't know if that's a smart move. I don't know that I would go with what I'm saying. I feel like I'm getting a little reckless there. Jaime with a $20 hauler. Jaime, appreciate you, young man, dropping the 20 watt on Steam.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Jaime, thank you, my man. Just tuned in. I may be out of the playoffs, but bear down, Chicago. Nice job, Jaime. Congrats to your team. The Bears are your team. Dart or Herbert, I would probably say, man, Dart is at home versus the Vikings. They really blitz and they could really screw with them. I'm not saying Dart isn't a good play, but I don't know if he's a great play. Herbert, on the other hand, at Dallas, I think I'd take Herbs. You know, it's not like Herbs has been really, really good, but and then Dak, Purdy, I go Dak, and then Evans or Buka. Evans is safe. Buka's higher risk, higher reward. Got to pick your poison. Pitts or Warren, I go with London back. I'd probably still go Pitts though, but barely. Higgins, Coker, or Pittman Higgins, if that's T Higgins. If it's Jaden Higgins, I guess Jaden Higgins by a hair. So I guess Higgins no matter what, but hopefully that's T Higgins. You guys got to be clear on that Higgins stuff. Every time, nobody ever tells me Jaden or T, and you think I know. I don't know. I can't read minds. Hendy or Buka, a.k.a. league winner. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Congrats, my man. Congrats. Let's see. Did I just make sure I didn't close that one out? Okay, yeah. Sit one, Javonte, Dowdle, J-Mo, Pickens, in London. I don't know, bro. I guess Javonte, if I had to pick one to sit, but I don't like that. Sam, thank you for the 99-cent hauler. You got to attach a message to it. I don't know if there's another message lingering around out there. I won't see it if you did. Just let so you know. Have PPR, Michael Wilson or Hampton. Michael Wilson's much safer. Much safer. Still like Waddle over Marks. I think I do because I don't know what Marks is going to do. I just don't know. Start one, Dak, Bo Nix. I'm going to go Dak. And start one in the flex, MHA, Brees, Harvey, Dowdle. Dowdle's probably safer than Harvey. Harvey's got more upside, more risk. So you got to pick your poison there if you want steady. They're both very good, though. I think I can keep Achane the running back one spot despite no Tua. Of course you can. What are you going to do, sit him? Going to sit Achane? I'd take away your Bijan card if you were going to sit Achane there. Anybody that asks whether they should play Achane is getting their Bijan card taken away. You're borderline, Bill. Even wasting words on that. I think I can keep Achane on my running back one.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
I do appreciate your super chat. You're the man, the myth, the legend. MHJ Breeze. I'd probably go Dowdle for safety, Harvey for high risk, high reward. And if it was me and I was pushed to the limits and I had to make a decision, I'd probably go Dowdle by a hair. And I hate this question. I hate it. I might waver. Ask me in the morning too. I might change. Make sure you at least keep tabs on my morning conversation, because I might be saying Harvey over Dowdle, and you'll know I changed my mind. It's so close. I'm just teeter-tottering. Sit one, Javante, Dowdle, J-Mo. I said Javante on this question right now. BBQ, teams that are eliminated are playing for contracts and incentives, which makes them more fantasy relevant since they don't care about winning, just like us. Yeah, I mean, in some cases, you're right. New Age Outlaw gifted a membership over in the Rumble. Appreciate you, New Age.
You've just been...
It does kind of depend. Yeah, if they're in contract situations, for sure. But then again, it's like Diggs. Diggs was supposed to get, tons of money last week and then work toward trying to use these next 3 games to get the next 10 receptions. Like Diggs gets $500K if he gets like 3 or 4 more receptions. He gets another $500K if he gets 10 more receptions, and it's like, you can only do so much if you're not getting the ball thrown to you. But on my way to a championship, 4th year in a row. Had Puka, JSN, and now DJ Moore. Appreciate all the help and trade advice this season. Yeah, you're cruising, House. You're cruising. House call House, taking it to the house, my boy. What's good, big dog? Would you rather go Chase Brown, Mike Evans, or RJ Harvey in the flex? I would probably go Mike Evans for safety. Chase Brown's a little bit mix of high risk, high reward with a little safety over RJ, and RJ is the extreme high risk, high reward. So you kind of got to pick your poison based on what you need. Half PPR, kind of lean toward, I love Chase Brown as a play this week. I really do. I probably lean toward Mike Evans, but it's risky because he keeps getting kind of banged up. But he got back on the field. We thought he was down again. Down 21. Opponent has Goddard and Swift, and I still have 9 players left to play. Choose 4 between this list: ETN, Carter, Tracy, and probably Estime. But Estime Jordan's a tough call, but I'd probably go Estime. Although I think people are a little overestimating Estime. But we'll see. I mean, he's certainly getting a lot of hype right now. I don't know that I feel 100% confident with the hype, but I don't feel necessarily like he's not going to pull through. Pick 1, Hollywood Booty, Franklin, Judy, QJ, DK. Give me DK. Give me Franklin for safety, DK, high risk, high reward. Abanto, I wish I could give you like a solid locked-in answer, but it's going to have to go with that. Which one you're looking for, safety or high risk. Bijan, Gibbs, and Hendy to Saturn, absolutely. So let me send him to Jupiter.
To Jupiter.
You don't need to send him to Saturn, send him to Jupiter. And then this one from Brantley. Brantley, appreciate your super chat. Full PPR, pick 1. Carter, Coker, Genty. I'd probably go Carter. I don't like it though. I hate these Carter questions. I hate the Coker questions, the Godwin questions, because they're all so close. And the fact that Genty, imagine me going back to preseason football and telling you, you're going to be asking me in semifinal week that should you start Godwin, Carter, Coker, or Genty, and we're not going to pick Genty, but he's healthy. He's not injured. We would lose it. We would lose our Shiat. That's how bad it is in LV. Carter's your safe play. Chad, if you disagree, please vote the player you would start. Godwin. Godwin's not bad, though. Godwin's not bad, but I probably lean toward Carter. Chad, Carter, Godwin, Coker, or Genty. You really can't go wrong. Did you give Caleb his roses yet? No. Why would I give him his roses? He was trash all game. He did really well at the end. I gave him credit for that throw. That was a nice throw. And he is one of, if not top 2 scrambling quarterbacks in the National Football League, all of which doesn't make you a complete player. So if you were expecting me to give Caleb Williams a top 5 to 10 quarterback bouquet of roses, you got another thing coming, because he was 10 of 20 and played like trash for a majority of the game. You think one throw, which was a beautiful throw, And Ben Johnson is coach of the year practically in my mind. You think I'm going to give Caleb Williams like some sort of like top 5 quarterback nod? Is that what you expected coming in here? Is that what you thought was going to happen?
Take a big laugh. We don't need you.
All right. Nothing but love back, bro. Pickens or Sutton? Pickens. Pickens. All right. Those that have the number, you know the deal. I might open up the phone lines in a bit. Full open up the phone line, but right now we're gonna do a little soft open. Because I still got these super chats. I don't want to get behind on them or anything. Pick 4, Harvey, Buka, Wilson, Worthy, Carter. Harvey, Buka, Wilson, locked in. Like, you should ask me pick 1 between Worthy, Carter. I'm going to probably say Worthy. He could disappoint, but with Rice out, feels like a good play. Feels like a really solid play. Oh, the phone lines weren't open yet. I'm sorry. Hold on. Phone lines are opening right now. My bad. Pick 2, flex. Rico, Hampton, Waddle, BTJ, Wandell. Pick 2, flex. I'm going to go Rico, and I'm going to go Waddle for safety. Wandell for safety. Rico's locked in. But if you don't want safety, I could definitely go with... mute yourself if you don't mind real quick, Rock Out, just until I call on you. That way it doesn't have reverb. I could tell you... So Wandell's safe. Hampton's high risk, high reward. BTJ might even be higher risk, high reward because he hasn't been consistent all year. I don't know. Chat, vote on this one, please. BTJ, Wandell, Waddle, Hampton, pick 1. It's really between Hampton, Wandell, and BTJ. Pick 1. I need at least 10 votes. 10 votes. Okay, BTJ probably seeing... I am good saying Caleb is top 10, says Matt O. You're not wrong. First of all, you're a Bears fan. But you're not wrong in thinking he could be top 10. But if you think someone's obligated, like he played so well when he played like trash for almost the whole game, that people are obligated to expect him to be top 10, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. If you want him in the top 10, I'm not going to say you're out of your mind either, though. Top 5, I would. Top 10, look, the 8 to 12, the 8 to 15 quarterbacks are all over the place. You could almost put them in a blender. With Ben Johnson ahead of that situation, mute yourself, whoever's, I got a lot of clicking in the background. Please, everybody mute. If you've got, Ben Johnson's so good. Look what Shanahan did with Jimmy Garoppolo. The whole world was convinced Jimmy Garoppolo was a top 15 quarterback. In fact, I remember doing live stream after live stream saying he wasn't even in the top 25. And people are like, oh my God, are you crazy? He's so good. He was not even worthy of being a starter, but Shanahan was so good. Ben Johnson's freaking fantastic. He's in his bag. Remember Gump in the offseason saying that Ben Johnson was a, what do you call him, Travis? Ben Johnson was
Weasel.
Weasel. Ben the Weasel. Ben, where are you? Water Gump, why haven't you called in? Call in. But he called Ben Johnson the Weasel. Ben Johnson is maybe coach of the year. Vrabel's up there for sure. I'm not saying that you won't have.
I think Ben Johnson has the edge right now.
He might. He's got these boys cooking. It's exciting to watch Ben Johnson. Everyone thinks that like somebody in the live chat is like Smitty's punching the air right now. I'm not punching the air. I'm not rooting for anything. I got no skin in the game. I'm not against Caleb, and I'm just digging my heels in. I'm genuinely telling you how I feel about Caleb Williams. He is being, every deficiency he has is either on display and you see it, or he can get it. It'll be masked by what Ben Johnson can dial up. Ben Johnson can mask anything, and it's pretty impressive what Ben Johnson's doing. I can tell you Ben Johnson doesn't have zero doubts in his mind about Caleb being his, future, like married to him for the rest of his career in Chicago. I think he's probably pretty damn excited about what he's able to get him to do. And to be honest, Caleb is probably, I would almost say Caleb is the most difficult to sack quarterback in the league. Like you could say like one or two. I would say Lamar might be a better runner, but Caleb is harder to sack. Like there is maybe no other quarterback in the league. Last year he gets sacked like crazy, but it feels like there's no way anyone's going to get to him, and he slips, through and finds it 15, 20 yard. Especially if teams are in prevent defense, then he's got this like 20, open yard playing on the field. But yeah, there are some very good qualities in Caleb Williams in his arm and his legs. And he does have a cannon attached to his shoulder. There's no doubt about that. We've never debated that Caleb had a good arm. But it all has to come together. He was 10 for 20. And like Tom Brady has said several times, running around constantly. New Age Outlaw, thank you for that gifted membership in the Rumble chat. Running that much should be an alarm bell that you're holding onto the ball too long. Like everyone wants to give him flowers because he runs so well, but he's holding onto the ball longer than any quarterback in the National Football League. He's literally just hanging onto it. And Tom Brady even said in one of his last games that he actually commentated on that one too. And he said, look, I mean, it's really impressive, but he shouldn't be in these positions. Like he should be in maybe a third of them, maybe a fourth of them. But like to be constantly running around means you're holding onto the damn ball. You don't know when to throw it. But a lot of impressive stuff in coming out of Chicago. I mean, it's just it's been really fun. Pick 2 flex Rico. So I don't know what the chat voted. I'm going to say Rico and probably, I don't know. Am I crazy to go Hampton here? I go Hampton, high risk, high reward, Wandell safety, depending on what you need. And there's no real way to answer that any other way. I wish I could. $20 hauler from MX. Appreciate you dropping the 20 watt on screen. Hold on, callers. I'll be right with you. Let me just answer this question here. 1 PPR, 1 PPC. Point per catch. What are we doing here? Point per reception, point per completion. Okay. Start Watson versus T-Mac. Watson? What? What are you doing? Because what are you talking about? What? Who's Watt? I'm thinking Christian Watson, who just played. Like, what are we doing? Watt? Who am I not thinking of here? Is that point per carry or point per completion? Probably per carry because he's asking about. Yeah, it's probably point per carry, but there's point per completion too. So you got to kind of be clear about that. He started Watson. Okay, he already started Watson over T-Mac. Okay, chasing upside. Start May, Hendy, Harvey, Bucky, Bowers, JSN, J-Mo, Pitts, Eddie, Buka, benched versus what? I feel like this is kind of written weird. Like I'm trying to grasp it all. Puka benched.
Oh,
is he
just facing Puka? I think he's saying who is. No,
I don't know what he's saying.
Lex. He doesn't have Puka.
Eddie, Pinheiro, Buka benched. Okay, I think he's just saying he benched Buka. Versus.
Oh, and then he's naming the team he's facing.
Versus Puka, Purdy, Gibbs, Wilson. This is very, very confusing, just by the way, MX, but I appreciate you. I'm trying to make heads and tails of it. And then Puka, Purdy, Gibbs, Wilson, Mason, Juwan Johnson, I guess, Pickens, Myers, Tampa Bay D, deserved L. DNMT play. What does DNMT mean? Am I out of it? Am I not texting enough?
Did not mean to play Seattle defense.
Did not mean. Am I not texting
guessing,
enough? I don't think I texted.
I've never used that, but
apparently
that's a thing.
Apparently, I'm not texting anybody back these days. What in the hell am I doing? How am I missing out on all these damn acronyms? Did not to my mama's meatloaf. Did not meatloaf today. Damn near meatloaf today. Damn, no meatloaf today. That's what the end.
Didn't need meatloaf today.
Didn't need meatloaf. Or dadgum, no meatloaf today. 7H, damn near Damn, no meatloaf today. Seattle D. I don't know what that did not mean to play Seattle. So you already played Seattle. Didn't mean to play him. Meatloaf is dead. Okay, got it. I don't know what I'm. I guess he just wants to know if we're MX. Or you just want to know if we think you can win. I would probably say May, Hendy, Harvey, Bucky, Bowers, JSN, JMO, Hookah, Purdy, Gibbs, Wilson, Mason. Mason's a tough start, by the way. Pickens. If I had to bet $500 on this, I would probably say I think the Gibbs side will win. But, bro, if Gibbs craps the bed, if Purdy is in a matchup where they don't need him to do anything, like, those things happen. Pickens could get 40 yards. I mean, I'm just saying, if you want me to be honest, and I'm always going to be honest with these, I'd rather have the other team, but you certainly have a lot of firepower. You got a bad matchup for Bowers. Bucky's got to bounce back. Harvey's got to get what we expect him to get. Hendy's got to get what we expect him to get. May's got to ball out. JSN already did well. And JMO, you easily could win this game. But I bet you're like a 45 to 40%, likely chance to win this. Maybe 39% if I had to guess what the system's telling you. You got a good team. MX, you there? Did MX ever respond? Sorry it took me so long to read that. I guess I'm out of it. I guess I need to text the kids more. No meatloaf. Smitty, my goat, Waller or BTJ? I'm going BTJ with everything considered as you worded it. I mean, I don't know what Ewers is going to do. BTJ, at least we're seeing signs of life, and I like that. Waller, we hadn't seen signs of life. All right, last super chat, then over to the phone line. Need one MHJ if he plays. Godwin, Worthy, Franklin, Coker, Mitchell, Naylor. I go with Worthy personally. I mean, if MHJ plays and he's unhampered, which I kind of feels like he will be a little bit, but if we get word in the morning, he's completely good to go. And there's some like qualifying comment or
Schefter said he's expected to play, but the team plans to ease him back in per source.
Yeah, I don't
take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what that means.
Give me Worthy with Rice out. It's a risk, but damn, Travis, can you look up Worthy news real quick? Is there anything indicating he's struggling to get full workload or something? I would say Worthy. What?
I think we might be able to buy into the easing in too because of how good Wilson's been playing. Whereas some like when Evans came back, they needed a spark in their offense.
Yeah.
Whereas like Brissett and Wilson are rolling.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go with Worthy unless Worthy. Travis is going to look that up real quick just to make sure. If Worthy ends up being banged up, I'm probably going to say A.D. Mitchell might be your safest. Like he's getting work. You're at least getting like 10 points from him type of play. All right, let me go over to Rock.
I'm not seeing anything on Worthy.
I go Worthy. I think there's a chance. Rock out. You're live.
Okay.
You going Bo, Lawrence, or Brisket?
I think the world is gonna go Brisket, right? Isn't the
I'm thinking
the whole entire planet? What's the? I'm gonna look at some data that I have. You said
Atlanta.
You said Brisket, Bo, and who?
Lawrence plays.
Yeah.
Lawrence plays Denver, and Bo plays Jacksonville.
The start and sit data that I have a little access to, it shows like what the massive amount of people are starting. Brisket's ahead of Bo by like 2 spots. So, I mean, Brisket seems to me to be the best start, and the massive amount of the entire fantasy football world with their start bench data is pointing toward it. When in those dilemmas, Brissett's being started. So I think the whole world's on that side, and I don't think you can question it later and be like, well, Trevor Lawrence is a tough matchup.
And for the and for a different league, would you play Dak or Burrow?
Let me look at that data too.
With Burrow, I got the stack with Chase.
They're about dead even, believe it or not, like almost exactly dead even. I would say, I would say I'm splitting this. I go Burrow in one league, Dak in the other. The chat has been voting Dak consistently whenever we pulled the chat, and we pulled them specifically on Burrow versus Dak, and Dak won by a landslide. But I think it's pretty close. I like the Miami match.
Yeah.
I think that if Ewers sucks, there's a chance that Burrow has 3-4 TDs. I don't know. It's a real tough call. I think Dak will have a good day too, though. It's at home.
I also got the stack with Chase, if that matters.
I guess I would say trust your gut rock out because it's dead even for me. I wouldn't lose any sleep going one. If I had one in the lineup and I forgot to bench for the other, I'd just be like, I didn't know. I honestly feel like it's 50-50. But the one thing I'll say is Burrow's in his own head and he's on the road. But it's Miami. So I don't know. Dak is at home, but the Chargers are, competitive team. So I guess I would just say I'd probably lean Burrow by a hair. Well,
yeah, they're only like a half a point, like projection wise.
If I had two teams side by side, I'd split it. That's how close it is. I would not put both Daks in. I'd put one Burrow, one Dak. But if I'm choosing between one, meaning I'm leaning this way slightly, I guess Dak by a hair. Could change my mind in the morning. All right, mute yourself, rock out, so I don't have any reverb, and I'll come back to you at the end just to see if you have any other follow-ups. Need high upside at QB. Playing against Puka and AJ this week. Kyron came up short for me. Dak, Herbert, or Cousins. This is not even close. Dak has tons of upside as well. So that's an easy call. Easy call. Thank you for the super chat. He's got the most upside anyway. So that's a good one. Let me go over to Fred. You're live, Fred.
Hey, yeah. So I'm down by a lot because I played Puka. Are we definitely going Hendy, Buka over Dowdle, Flowers?
No. Hendy. Hendy. Mute yourself, caller. I'll be right with you. Just hit mute, please. Okay, sorry. Hendy, Buka, Flowers, and who?
Dowdle.
I mean, no, the answer is hold on one second. Mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Just please hit mute. This one's tough, man. I would say probably Hendy's a lock. Safe. I'm not going Flowers, even though I like him. In other scenarios, I like him for people. I think Dowdle is just your safe play because the volume is there. He's getting 15 to 18 carries a game. That's the definition of safety, but what kind of production will it be? Buka is your high risk, high reward. You have a chance for 4 points, 7 points, 6 points, but you have a chance for 25, 30. And Dowdle's got that 25, 30 capability as well, but I think less of it, but he's got more of the safety. I don't think there's an answer here, man. If I was needing a swing, I go Book. If I want to play it really safe, I go Dowdle.
Yeah, so Buka's not the swing play. That's what I was kind of getting at.
No, Book is. That's what I just said. If you need a big swing and you're willing to take on the risk.
Yeah, Dowdle's not the swing play.
I mean, he's got swing capability, but he's a safer play with a little less percentage of hitting that high ceiling. But he certainly could have a 30-point game. The problem is you got Chuba kind of in the way, and he hasn't been doing it lately. But, man, sometimes these guys go through, like Dowdle. I'm not saying Dowdle has hit a rookie wall because he's not a rookie. He's an older player. But he's kind of, in a sense, doing what rookies do, getting volume, heavy volume. I don't want to say for the first time he got good volume in Dallas, but this is different. And he's probably worn down a little bit. And if he breaks through or not, he's older, maybe he doesn't. But if he breaks through, he could have that huge game. But the upside is certainly with Buka, but the risk is certainly with Buka. Safety or high risk, high reward. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. And then I'm playing an opponent with the Chiefs defense. Is it safe to cut Loveland and go pick up the Saints just in case he changes his mind in the morning? Or should I keep Loveland for next week? My tight end's Goddard, who has a tough matchup next week.
I'm probably fine. I don't think Loveland feels like he's locked in to enough volume that I'm not worried about putting Loveland
start over. Because I know Goddard plays the Bills, who are like the toughest. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with going. I'm still starting Goddard. All right, later, bro.
All right, that's it.
All right, 843, you're live.
Smitty, Hebrew Hammer here. How are you?
Hammer, what's up, Hammer?
I'm gonna need a full whiteboard session.
Hey,
no,
you
just kidding.
You deserve it, bro. Hebrew Hammer wants it. Hebrew Hammer gets it. You drop the hammer all the time.
Rest of next 2 weeks, are you gonna roll Evans no matter what over T? Like, let's say T is all healthy, full steam.
Who?
T. Higgins or Mike Evans.
T. Okay.
Obviously, this week I'm going Mike Evans, but let's say T. Higgins plays, bounces back.
This one I can't answer because it's week to week. I could tell you that my guess is that we'll probably view it as very even next week too. I think we got to watch Evans go out there. Evans has got to stay healthy. He keeps getting kind of banged up every time he plays. T. Higgins gets concussed every time he plays. Like we just got. There's no way I can lock this in. If someone said, "Hey, Smitty, can I give you two $20 haulers now to answer both weeks?" I'd say hold the other one. As much as I would want to say, sure, throw them at me because I don't want to answer next week.
I mean, CD and Nico obviously are my two locks, so that's just my flex right there.
Yeah, they're both good plays.
Another thing, and maybe you can educate me. Well, I don't understand this hype with Caleb Williams. I've never seen an individual who's been so hyped up with his talent come into a better situation, and this entire community is thinking he's the second coming. I just don't get it.
Let me correct that a little bit. We're a little bit more down on Caleb Williams than the average community. There's a couple people in here that very much love the guy, but we're more so down on him than the average community. There's just a couple people that come in here and they try and be like, now what? How you love him now? And it's like, no, bro. Caleb has a great arm, but so did what's that guy? I always reference the player and I forget. Travis, you always remember the Atlanta Falcon, Jeff George.
Jeff George. Yeah,
Jeff George had one of the best arms ever to drop back and throw a ball in the NFL. It doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't. Caleb has a cannon of an arm. Caleb is the best scrambling quarterback, maybe in the league in terms of avoiding a sack and breaking off a big run. But like Brady has said in numerous different broadcasting for the Chicago Bears game, that holding onto the ball is a problem. Like just because a guy does well in those situations, he's creating it. Caleb is a good quarterback. Everybody in the NFL is a good quarterback. You know, like Zach Wilson made unbelievable throws sometimes. I don't know if you guys remember, there'd be times where we're like, Zach sucks, this is horrible. And then he'd make this unbelievable athletic play and throw a football all the way down the field, connect. Like, that happens. The thing is, Ben Johnson's so good that it doesn't matter who's in there.
Genius.
They will look 5 times better than they actually are. So Caleb is dressed up to be a 8 out of 10 when he's more of a 6.5. But 6.5 is still... He still has room to grow. He still can get better. I'm not trying to say he's incapable of turning into a better than average quarterback, but he is an average quarterback with a very off balance elite skill set in running, an elite skill set in terms of arm strength, horrible decision making, very inaccurate, bad decisions a lot of the time when he's on the run. But Ben Johnson's curbing it the best of his ability, and he's doing a fantastic job. Ben Johnson may be coach of the year.
Smitty, last thing. So Gibbs, I mean, love him. I genuinely think the most talented running back in the NFL.
Love him.
I don't understand. I feel like it's all Dan Campbell. He's indecisive, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to play Gibbs and actually play him. Again, I don't think there's a running back in the league.
I think you're seeing the effects of Ben Johnson leaving and Dan Campbell being able to pull off continuing with what Ben Johnson started. In some situations, he can deploy it. In other situations, against certain defensive schemes, against certain coaches, he can't. And then it just kind of doesn't. There's a lot that goes into play calling, and he took over play calling. First shot out of the gate, amazing week. Then, he's been sporadic, but at the end of the day, yeah, I can't explain. There's nothing I can do but be critical of Dan Campbell when he's not feeding Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, you could feed him through the air. If the game script can't be an excuse because they can throw to him. So I don't know. Goff is also part of this equation, though, bro. Goff can play horribly outdoors, cold weather, certain matchups, and then he can play like a superstar. This is very much, it reeks of the Atlanta Falcons inconsistency where they look good one moment, London to the moon, Penix to the moon, Bijan to the moon. Then the next minute, they don't run Bijan at all. So they're very similar. The Lions are a lot better. Lions are a lot more consistent than the Falcons were. The Falcons are not even a conversation now. But when Penix Jr. was healthy, he looked great one moment, he looked bad the next moment. London would be amazing, then London gets held back. So I
appreciate you, brother. I'll let you go. I'm listening.
All right, later. Thank you, Hebrew.
Thanks.
Smitty for PPR, pick 2, London, J-Mo, Michael Wilson, Sutton. Did I answer this one? Damon, are you still here? I don't know if this is old, new. If I pulled it on screen and didn't answer it. Appreciate you. Damon, are you here? I think this isn't that old. Okay. Damon, I'm going to say London if he... Oh, I think I started to answer. London if he plays. And then probably... Man, I don't know. Would he be safer, Travis, to just go J-Mo and Wilson? Or is this borderline stupidity to put London on the bench? London's been nothing but top 5 almost every game he's played this year. It's been insane, but he doesn't have the same quarterback anymore. We don't know what to look for here. I guess I would say...
I think the smart play is J-Mo and Wilson, right?
Maybe. I don't know how you sit London, though. I just don't know if I could. I think I'd rather go down with the ship than have London have 150 and a touch on my watch.
Which one would you sit then?
Yeah, so I guess if we're hearing anything in the morning that seems sketchy with London, we switch it immediately, Damon, to J-Mo, Michael Wilson. If we're not hearing anything, we got to assume the best for London. And then I probably say... Man, I don't know. J-Mo,
which is a good matchup.
J-Mo can disappear, though, based on Campbell.
Both have good matchups.
And the play calling, you know what I mean? Like, it's like J-Mo could have no catches. You know how that happens? Everyone's felt that the last handful of weeks where J-Mo's getting nothing. Then he has a touchdown, and you're like, woo! But it's weird how they game script him out. But it is at home. Goff is great at home. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're going to see J-Mo, the one wide receiver, breaking free. Cardinals, Atlanta, it's decent. It's at home. Brissett's going to air the ball out a ton. I don't know. This is a tough one. I guess I would say, I'm going to word it this way, Damon, and I know this isn't going to be exactly what you want because you want me to stand on a side, and I can't because they're dead even. I'm going to say London and Wilson for safety, London and J-Mo for higher risk, higher reward. And you could say J-Mo and Wilson are like a combination of in between that. And at the end of the day, what do you expect out of Kirk Cousins? He's looked pretty good, though. Cousins last year, maybe there was something to he just wasn't healthy. And maybe it's something to the effect of like Cousins has looked good, but he's going to look bad again. We don't know what way it's going to go. I would probably say it would be hard for me to sit London if he's a go. So London and J-Mo, London and Wilson. Pick JMO if you need a big swing. You're willing to risk it and get 2 points, though. You got to understand that. Wilson's probably getting you no lower than 8 points. Could get you 18. JMO could get you 25 or 2. So you got to pick your poison, Damon. I wish I could give you a concrete answer. Would I lean JMO? Probably, but I'm a risk taker. Drake, Purdy, or Burrow? Probably Drake May, bro. He's just been steady. One second, Travis. Lamar, Brissett. I'd probably go Lamar for upside if you need upside at all. If you need steady Eddie, I guess Brissett's pretty good. I still go Lamar personally, though. Pollard or Woody? Probably go Pollard because Woody's been banged up. And Chubb is going to play. Sutton or Tet? I think I would go Sutton given Tet's been injured. And I still like Sutton a lot. They're at home. Hey, Smitty, pick 2. London, Dowdle, or Hampton, full PPR. Give me London and Dowdle, no question. Go ahead, Travis. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, just on JMO, I was looking at the game log. Since week 6, his wide receiver finishes. Wide receiver 12. Then week 7, he had 0 points, 2 targets.
Yeah.
Then wide receiver 19, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 8, 0 points, 3 targets.
On those
wide
big
receiver 4, wide receiver 12, wide receiver 3.
All right, let's do something. Let's do something.
Weeks except for 2.
Let's do something real quick. JMO, Gibbs. Can you tell me those again? Let's start off. What week are you talking about?
So I just started at week 6 because that's when JMO started to come around and have good weeks.
Okay, so what was he? Wide receiver what?
12.
Okay, 12.
And then he didn't register. Didn't register anything because he had a 0.
Did he get hurt? I forget.
And no, he had 2 targets, and I don't know if he got hurt or not.
Okay, 12.
He only had 2 targets. Yeah, 12, then nothing in week 7.
Okay.
Then wide receiver 19. Then wide receiver 2.
Okay.
Wide receiver 8. And then in week 12, he had 0 points.
What about week 11? Bye?
Targets. Oh, I'm sorry. Week 8 was a bye. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so start over from week 8. And yeah, hit me because I'm doing something here, so I need to know what week is what. Okay, so week 8's a bye.
Okay, I get you. Yep, week 8's a bye. After that, he went 19, then 2, then 8. Then he had 0 points in week 12.
Okay.
Then wide receiver 4, wide receiver 12, and wide receiver 3.
3? I ran out of room, damn it.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I can fit this in. 19. $10 to 11 is 8.
Yep.
12 is what? 0?
He had 0 points, yep.
13? 4.
Wide receiver 4.
Okay. 14?
Wide receiver 12. And wide receiver 3.
3. Okay. All right. Now let's look at Gibbs.
Yep. I got Gibbs.
Gibbs and in week 6.
Running back 31.
Okay, it's 7. It was 2.
Yep, it was 2. Then week 8 was the bye.
Okay, and 36.
And week 9, 36. 3.
10.
10.
1.
1. 5. 1. And then 30.
So when JMO in week 15 blew up, Gibbs did not. When JMO was 12, Gibbs was 1. When JMO was 4, Gibbs was 25. When JMO was 0, Gibbs was 1. 8 and 10 even. 2 and 3 even. 19 and 36 bye week 0 and number 2. And then 12 and 31. Seems like they have had games where they've both been on, but damn, they've rotated.
Yeah. Go ahead and let's see. The game, yeah, they rotated a lot.
That's crazy.
So just for note to note that week 12 when JMO had 0 points, Gibbs had 12 receptions, and that was his 55-point game. He took away from JMO in that game for sure.
Yeah. So you're almost banking on that one can't do well if the other one does well. But it has happened. I mean, the 2 and 3 and the 8 and 10 were even games, but that is one game where they're both like elite. In week 10. Who they play in week 10? Washington Commanders. So that makes sense. Like you're almost banking on Gibbs needing to have a bad day or be mediocre for JMO to explode, but you never know. Pittsburgh's a tough matchup in a sense, but then again, it's like, I don't know. Not really. Javonte Gentile or Mike Evans pick 2. One flex, one spot is a flex. Okay, so I'm going to go with Hendy and either Mike Evans or Hendy and Dowdle. Hendy's locked in. Dowdle, I'd probably go Evans over Dowdle by a hair, but they're super close. AZ, I like both of them, but I'm certainly locking Hendy in. I don't think you can go wrong. Trust your gut on that second one. Evans would be a tad safer. Andy's got the same upside in a way. I mean, anything can happen, though. Dowdle could have that game. But right now, Evans could have the game almost just as easily and has a little bit more, I think, consistent feel. But doesn't mean Dowdle can't explode. And then this last super chat. Oh, that was the last one. Okay. Travis, anything else real quickly before I go back over to the caller that's waiting on hold, 949? Anything else, Travis?
No, go over.
All right, 949.
I think it might be fresh.
949.
Hey, it's Frisk. I have a start question. I'm thinking my flex between Estime or Coker because Rice is out.
Coker?
Yeah.
Estime or Coker?
On Panthers?
Yeah, I don't know which one I like better. I'd probably say, let me put this caller on hold. Fred, mute yourself real quickly. I'll be with you in a minute. I'd probably lean toward. Man, I don't know. But Fred, please mute. I'd probably lean toward. I mean, Coker's been pretty solid. 2 touchdowns back to back.
And he had a big game versus the Bucks.
It's full.
I think he's gonna have a big game versus the Bucks.
Full PPR.
Full PPR.
I go Coker. I don't know that I trust Estime like everybody else. I'm not saying he will do bad, but I just don't know why everyone's expecting.
He's more risky.
I don't know why everyone's expecting him to just. I mean, he had 3.
They always do.
3
Anytime Estime has a chance to get carries, people love him.
I mean, he's in for a big role.
Yeah, I saw that. Since the Jets have traded Quinn Williams, they've been averaging 40 points against opposing running backs.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but is he even going to get all the carries? You know?
Yeah. Could be very
Evan Hull's going to get some touches.
Yeah.
Right.
And I probably should go for the more safe pick because I had Puka go off, so I have the lead right now. So I should probably go with Coker.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not estimating that he's going to be the full-time guy. I don't know. I mean, he could. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying I don't understand. I do understand. anytime a player comes out of nowhere, a lot of people pick him up and play him. And so the people that are loud are the people that are starting him, and they're hoping to God he goes crazy. So it's like, Estime's going to have a good game. Why? Because you picked him up and you have him? Yeah, but still, he's going to have a good game. That's where it's coming from. And then here's another Woody Estime. This one's a little closer than I would like because Woody he's got Chubb and he's constantly injured. He's injured now. He's got several injuries and he goes to the tent 2 or 3 times a game. Him and Puka have like a chessboard in the tent and they just trade. Each one goes in and makes a move and the other one goes out. Like they're just constantly in the blue tent. They live there. They got cots and they got a bunk bed set up in the blue tent, Woody and Puka. So maybe estimate.
And don't forget Dart.
What?
Don't forget Dart.
Yeah, Dart. Chat, vote Estime or Coker. I probably lean Coker because he's had back-to-back games with touchdowns. I'm not going to let this match up and the assumption, but Woody and Estime is different. I probably lean Woody, but I don't know. That's really tough. All right, Frisk, anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you so much.
All right, later, bro. Fred, final question of the night.
Yeah, just one more for you. Waddle and Ibuka, because it's really close. I need 10, at least.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Rock out. Final thoughts.
Yeah, you playing Carter over Mitchell and QJ, I assume.
Carter over AD Mitchell. AD Mitchell and who? Adunze? What? Adunze?
And then QJ.
Or he already didn't play. QJ. Oh, why did I hear Adunze? Like Adunze already didn't play. QJ's hurt. So, I mean, I don't know. AD Mitchell's safe. Carter's maybe safer. AD Mitchell has more upside. Carter just feels safer.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. Caller, just mute yourself real quickly. I'll be right with you, but please hit mute. Chat, vote Carter or AD Mitchell. Carter or AD Mitchell. Let's see what they vote. Can I get at least 10 votes, chat? Carter, AD Mitchell, please. Carter, I'm voting Carter. I just think the volume's probably going to be pretty good for him, but I mean, AD Mitchell's pretty decent. I don't hate him. You can't really go wrong. It's close. Anything else, Rock out?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, appreciate you, bro. I might go live on Dynasty after this. I'm not positive, but hang tight if I do. All right, later, bro.
All right, cool.
920, you're live as quickly as you can. No full team breakdown, please.
Smitty, how you doing? It's Juan from Wisconsin.
What's up?
Not much, man. I was just having some flex problems, man. You want to know? I got Gainwell, I got Marks, and I got London.
London. He's playing, so I'm playing him. I like Gainwell, but not more.
That's what you would do personally.
Well, I mean, I just said it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just saying. It's a big move, man. Sorry. I'm down.
No,
I'm down a couple points.
I do it too. I asked Miss Smitty, is it safe to eat this turkey in the fridge? She says, what's the expiration date say? I say, well, it says January, 1. She's like, okay then. And I'm like, so you need it? It's double. You need double confirmation. You're double confirmation, Donnie. It's okay. But what else you got?
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, if London's playing, you got to play him, I think. But you're not wrong to go in another direction. I'm not going to hit the take a lap button, but at the end of the day,
No, I drafted him, so I feel like I got to go down with him.
Yeah.
With London. So you said play your studs, so that's what I'm going to do.
Do it live.
I just want to confirm it.
Get London to the chopper. Get down.
Get London to the chopper. Yes.
The turkey's still good.
All right.
Expires in January. Get them in the topper. All right, later, bro. You got another one?
All right, brother. Thank you.
Got another one?
No, that's it. That's all I needed. No, that's it.
I mean, trust your
Later.
gut, though. Trust your gut. London could be decoyed. Who the hell knows? And make sure you stay tuned in the morning. If we feel like there's some sort of decoy or limitation to London talk, you better not come back and say, Smitty, you screwed me there. I'm reserving the right to change my mind in the morning if we hear weird news on London, all right?
What time is that at? 9?
2 hours before kickoff.
Okay. All right, I'll be there. I'll be here.
All right.
Later.
All right, Travis, final thoughts.
Yeah, just two quick things. London or ETN?
That one's tough. I mean,
I've had ETN in, but you know, if London is like full go, I'm wavering on it.
guys, what are you feeling here? I would say let's keep ETN in, and then in the morning, hopefully you get swayed into London. You know, like London's, crapping golden nuggets right before the game. Like this guy, there's a rainbow over the stadium, doves flying out. Like something's got to sway this thing.
And Pitts is good to go, right? I know he was like banged up early.
Yeah, he's playing. Let's put ETN in for now.
Cleared to play. Right. And someone was asking quarterback question. Would you start Dart, who has the Vikings, I think, who's been very tough against QBs, or he could start Shuck, good matchup against the Jets, Bryce Young, or Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers against Detroit, who you can throw against, but they get after the quarterback.
Shuck is interesting, but I guess if you need a big swing, Shuck, I probably would be leaning Dart. And he's kind of a unique player that, like, the Vikings are good against quarterbacks, but do they ever face a quarterback that only runs the ball? Like Dart, 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. And then he doesn't do anything the rest of the game. It's usually what Dart does. 2 quick touchdowns and then doesn't do anything. But I don't know. I think I'd probably go Dart. But I don't know. Shuck is really interesting. I like him. It's real close.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you later. I might go live on Dynasty. I'm not sure yet.
All right. If you do, I'll see you over there.
Tabs on that. All right. Yeah.
Thanks,
What would be a topic we could cover real quickly? What would be a good one? Like 10, 15-minute show.
What was... Someone had a good idea last time. I can't remember it now. Maybe they'll say it in the chat.
And I want something that can kind of survive. I don't know if I want to talk about something that the script could flip this weekend and then the video's not going to survive months and months. I kind of want to talk. London's kind of one of those players, like how he finishes. Well, I hate to speak about it, and I'm not saying I'm scared or I'm ever worried about speaking about something and it changing, but I want this content to survive as long as possible because I'm trying to create very relevant content on the channel. I don't want something to not be useful. I'm trying to when the season ends, we can start really tackling stuff.
I don't know if he's worth the whole show, but Woody is a decent topic at some point to talk about just because injuries. But
okay, what about a face-off? We did a face-off last night. That was fun. Face-off. What about JD5 because he's already out? And another quarterback that doesn't have very much likely volatility. I mean, you could say we've already done Burrow enough, but what about
Knicks?
Mahomes is out. Lamar, let's see, Hurts, May, Daniels. I'm trying to think of a topic. I mean, is that close to people? Or are everybody on the Mahomes train, or they thinking JD? I mean, this could be a good topic, but or what other running backs could we go over? What about Neighbors? Neighbors. I think we've already done the wide receiver stuff, and we talked about Neighbors a lot, but I don't think we've talked just about Neighbors. And that's something that can survive.
Neighbors, so.
You know,
we've done some of the rankings and stuff. You know, where we rank them.
Two.
Besides that,
is he 1, 2, or 3? Let's talk about Neighbors. I think I can do that. I'm just trying to get stuff that will sustain a little bit. All right, I'll see you on the Dynasty channel in a second. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Austin, need a flex option, Waller or Booty? Probably neither. I guess I go Waller on the chance that he scores a touchdown or something, but that's definitely tough. My lineup is Dak, JSN, CD, Gibbs, Bucky, Kittle, Flex, Javonte, and Evans. I'm scared of Cowboys matchup. Do I try to fit Hampton in somewhere? No. I mean, Hampton and Javonte is the only thing you could waver on, and I wouldn't hate that, but I'd probably go Javonte. Javonte looks back, bro. Looks real steady. Burrow or May? I'm going May. I'm just not sitting May. Waller, Strange, or Theo. Probably going to go Strange by a hair. And then if London is a full go, him or Harvey. London, if he's a full go, safe. Harvey, high risk, high reward. You're going to have to pick your poison. I think I'd probably roll London if we have real clear indication tomorrow that there's no limitations or huge snap counts. Guys, thank you for the super chats. Thank you, New Age. Thank you, everybody over on Patreon or on Patreon. But thank you, JT. Thank you to all my people over on Rumble. Guys, Rumblers, get on over to the Dynasty channel. I'll drop the link right now in the Rumble chat and also in the YouTube chat, and it's in the description of both videos. I want to see everyone over on the Dynasty channel. We'll be there in about 5 minutes launching the Neighbors live stream for Dynasty. I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. I'm live whenever big news breaks, and I'm live at midnight Eastern on YouTube after every game or just midnight in general. Appreciate every single one of you.